Hello and welcome back to the Road to Good Cooking, and if this is your first time here, welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Today was my Friday fun day and I decided to fire up my pit barrel cooker, aka PBJ, and I wanted to smoke a pork shoulder and for my family so we can have some pulled pork sandwiches over the weekend. And here's how I put all this goodness together. For this cook, I'm going to be using a 6-pound bone-in pork shoulder. And for the injection sauce, I'm going to be using a recipe that was shared with me by my smoking brother, James, over at Aim'em and Claim'em. And every time I make a pulled pork, I always use this injection sauce. It is absolutely amazing. And I will post a link to James's channel in the iCard above and in the description box. Check out his channel. I have learned so much about smoking and barbecuing from James over the years, and I tell you what, his channel is absolutely amazing, so make sure you check him out. And here's my ingredients for the injection sauce. I have my shaker there, and I'm going to be using yellow mustard, and I'm going to be using my dry rub, which is a combination of all kinds of goodness in this shaker. If I tell you the recipe, I'll have to kill you. Seriously. And I'll be using Italian dressing. I have a large container here, and I'm going to be using a strainer, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that strainer here in just one second. And here's my injection needles. This is how I keep them clean, and I keep them safe, and I can always find them. I took a mason jar, poked some holes in the top, and just stuck the needles inside there, and it keeps them clean and sanitary. I always know where they are because I put the jar where it's prominently displayed in my pantry, so I can always find my injection needles, which I had a habit of misplacing, so now I know where they are. Here I'm separating my Italian dressing. I'm separating the solids out of the Italian dressing, and I'm going to use the whole bottle. And after I get it all separated, I'll be adding 8 ounces of apple juice. And if you need to, use a spatula to push the Italian dressing through the strainer, and so you'll end up with just the solids in the strainer. Just like I'm doing here. Sorry, the camera level's not high enough, but you get the idea as to what I'm doing here. And here I'm adding the solids from the Italian dressing to this glass bowl here, and I will be adding mustard to this mixture, and this is going to be the binder for my dry rub. This is what I'll slather on the outside of my pork shoulder. Okay, here's my Italian dressing that I mixed with my dry rub and the apple juice. And when I went to load up my injection needle, I had a little bit of an issue with the granules of spice that was in the mix. So what I ended up doing is putting on my NutriBullet blade, and I ran it through my NutriBullet to kind of get those granules down a little bit smaller. And then I ran them through the strainer once again, and you'll see the solids that the strainer will pick up. And after I strained it the second time, I had absolutely no problems in loading up my my injection needle. And I'll show you that in just one second. See, these are the little details that, just gave me fits there for a minute. But yeah, you just got to figure it out, and see, here's the solids that kept getting stuck in the needle, and it wouldn't push the injection sauce through the needle, the eye of the needle. So this is what I had to do. Now the injection sauce goes in there freely, and it comes out of the eye of the needle freely without being obstructed from the granules from the dry rub. So now I'm good to go. Now on to my slathering sauce. Okay, now here is the solids from the Italian dressing, and I'm going to add my yellow mustard, and probably going to add just maybe a couple of tablespoons and mix it all up together. And this is where I'm going to slather on the outside of my pork shoulder. Just get it in there and just mix it all up, and you're good to go. Boy, I tell you, the creator struggle is real. For some strange reason, when I was shooting the video injecting the pork shoulder, something went left, so I had to use an old video. This is a video that I shot a couple of years ago injecting pork shoulder. So you can see that this is a boneless pork shoulder, but the method's still the same. And James said to you, every couple of inches, just poke a hole in the meat like I'm doing here and get the injection sauce in there. And I had this stuff squirting everywhere. You ought to see my glasses after I got done with this. But I separated the injection sauce, and I kept half of it for another recipe that I'm going to do, probably a brisket later on in the week. And this way, because I made probably 16 ounces of it, so I have plenty of injection sauce. And just get it in there, poke holes in it all over the place, and just get it all in there. Okay, I got both sides injected with my sauce, and here I'm slathering on the Italian dressing solids and the mustard mixture, and just get it all on there. Just slather it on in all those little nooks and crannies, and just get as much on there as you like. It's going to give it an amazing flavor too. And here I lined a baking pan with some plastic wrap, and I put my pork shoulder in there. And this, I'm going to probably put it in the refrigerator in the same pan. And from here, I'm going to start adding the dry rub. Here comes the fun part, is just adding that dry rub and just get it on there as thick as possible. This is a huge piece of meat, and it can take a lot of seasoning. So just get after it and get in there and get it on there. I don't have a lot of salt in my dry rub, so that's why I wasn't worried about the amount of dry rub that I'm adding to this meat. So, but like I said in all my recipes, just season your meat according to your flavor profile. If you like a lot of salt, add a lot of salt. I don't prefer a lot of salt on mine because, I like the flavor of the spices more so than having something that's too salty. I flip my pork shoulder over, and from here I'm going to well season the second side, getting it in all the nooks and crannies. And from here I'm going to wrap it up in the plastic wrap, put it in the fridge overnight to intensify the flavor. All right, now you know how I did my injection sauce and my overnight marinade. Now on to the next day. Okay, PBJ is loaded up and she is putting in the work. And you can see a nice, easy smoke coming out of there. And I'll show you what I'm working with in just 1 second. Go, PBJ, do your thing. Okay, I'm going to take the lid off for just 1 second so you can see what I got in here. And I hope you can see for all that smoke. There is my pork butt in there. Can you see it? And I'm only going to keep the lid off for just a second because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. And there it goes. Ooh, that's going to be so good. And you ought to smell that applewood. It smells amazing. Yes. Thank you, Lord, for this day. And I'm going to be firing up the bear sometime over the weekend. So don't forget to go on the community tab and look at the poll. I gave you guys some poll questions as to what you would like to see me grill on the bear. Yes. And she is ready to go. Yes, indeed. The bear. Getting ready to put in some work this weekend. Okay, here we are, hour and a half into the cook, and I just spritzed it and put the temperature probe on it, and it's right at 54 degrees internal temperature right now. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid back on and keep on cooking. And here's the internal temperature of my pork shoulder. It's at 104. I realized that my Inkbird hadn't been charged in a while, so I charged it up a little bit, and I got a totally different reading. So this is the correct reading, 104. And my pork butt has been smoking right around 2 hours now. So we're coming along just fine. I'm going to take it out at 165, probably wrap it and finish cooking it till it gets to internal temperature of 205, somewhere around there, so I can pull it. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Ooh, look at that. Yes. Yeah. Looking good. Looking good. I got distracted on the phone talking to one of my baby girls, Faith Squad. So I know I went over the 165 internal temp that I was trying to reach, but that's okay. So what is it now? 172, which is good. That's fine. But look at that. Beautiful color. Yes. Beautiful color. Okay, let's get this bad boy wrapped up. Got her all wrapped up, and I'm going to let it go till it gets to internal temperature of around 205. And then it's going to be time to let that bad boy rest, and then pull it about an hour later, and then a few minutes after that we're going to devour it. Yep, we're going to smash it. Okay, here we go. You're looking, you ain't cooking. Okay, I just temped it, and it's about ready to come off of there. Let's see here. 203, 4, come on. 205, yeah, it's ready. And it just glides in there. Look how it just glides in there like butter. Like butter. Ha ha. Okay. We'll pull it off and let it rest for an hour. And here's a moment of truth. I let my pork butt rest for about an hour, and watch how this bone just slides right out of there. Check this out. Look at that. Bone came out of there nice and clean. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, that pit barrel cooker is the bomb.com. And my thought is, if you don't have one, you better get you one. Okay, I'm going to kick back, and I'll put on some music for you, and I'm going to finish pulling this bad boy. And look at how tender this meat is. It's just falling apart in my hand. I tell you, it's like butter. And I do believe that injection sauce that I made, a recipe that I got from my smoking brother James over at Amon and Clayman. Boy, when you put that injection sauce into a pork butt, it just takes it to another level. The flavor profile is off the charts. And check out my sister. She is being so extra. You are so funny. You are too funny. Eric,
you need me put it on your mop, was it mop bomb?
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Is it good?
Oh. Oh.
You are so extra. You are so extra.
Oh my God. I've been starving all morning.
Oh, whatever. You are so not starving. And check out my finishing sauce. I used the sauce that was left in the foil after I unwrapped it, and I mixed it with some barbecue sauce, and it makes a fabulous finishing sauce. And you're talking about flavor upon flavor. because it has all those juices from the meat, from the seasoning, from the spices and the juice, and oh, it's just a explosion of flavor right here that I'm pouring over this pulled pork. Is that enough? A little more? Okay, how about a little bit right here, and then I think I'll stop. How's that? Okay, now I kept going. I know, this is torture, isn't it? I know, I had to do it. You know I had to do it. Okay, dinner is served. Fam is getting busy.
Memphis style.
Right.
Bookie, look how you got your bill. Lord have
You
mercy.
need to be able to get that in your mouth, Dave.
He said, don't worry about his sandwich.
You're always worried about my sandwich.
Oh, and let's see, he's smashing it. That's how you get it. Smash it, Booker.
Hey,
I want to see you get it in your mouth.
Don't worry about how he gonna get it in his mouth. Just eat yours, Miss Nosy Rosie. Let me see how Brittany put hers in. Now, Brittany, okay, but look, she got it.
That's Memphis
She
style,
got
girl.
it. She got it. That's how you do it, Brittany. Let me see.
That's how they do it in Memphis and Maine.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. And then she got there she go with the onions.
See?
I need the perfect size onion.
Oh, excuse me. She gotta have the perfect size onion. Whatever, Brittany. Wait, no tomato, no green pepper, no nothing? Okay. Okay.
that's delicious.
How is it?
Very good.
Oh, I didn't see the pepperoncinis over there.
You see peppercini? Yeah, you can get some peppercini, girl. I'm gonna get my brother-in-law. Bear, you done got totally busy. You good, Bear?
Very good.
Okay. I got a thumbs up from brother-in-law. Baby
Actually, you
sis.
didn't tell me that there were 2-size buns, so now I'm going to have to eat 2 little
One
ones.
wheat and
What?
one,
Yeah, but this one is bigger than that one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that out.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh no, I ain't gonna edit that. I'm gonna leave that in. That is too funny. Okay. All right. You know what time it is for me? Okay, I'm gone. See you later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell on your way out. Share my link with everyone you know in the universe. Leave me a comment if you wish, and I'll see you again next time. Be blessed and keep on cooking.